Hello friends, welcome to Data Science Learner, and today in this video, in the continuation of our series how to do machine learning, we would be discussing about data processing steps. So let's understand why pre-processing is important. See, machine learning tasks are very computational heavy, so sometimes it is important to speed up, sometimes to increase the accuracy and the performance of the model it is important, and it is also important to get the good accuracy out of the model. So uh, different type of data pre-processing steps are related to different model and different tasks of machine learning, but in this video we are going to cover A to Z data pre-processing tasks which are generic in nature. So like these check you can perform before you are building any kind of machine learning model for any kind of task, whether it is clustering, whether it is classification, whether it is regression. So we are going to cover A to Z data pre-processing in this video. So before I start, I would like to ask that if you are new to this channel and if you want to learn A to Z machine learning, if you want to understand uh, from zero to hero what is machine learning with complete intuition, mathematical representation, logics, implementation and deployment. So like everything we are going to cover in this series. So please subscribe this channel so that you don't miss any kind of video, because we are keep on adding videos for our friends and community. So let us start this video. So there are five major pre-processing tasks which a data scientist perform while developing a model. So first is missing value handling, categorical, second is categorical variable handling, feature scaling and transformation, handling outliers in dataset, handling imbalance data. See guys, these topics are very elaborative in nature, so like it's not like I'm just pronunciating one word and it will be easy for you to understand. To do that, I have created separate slide on a particular pre-processing task and we will go through it. So in this video we will only cover what is this task and why we need it. In subsequent videos we will go into depth in each of the data pre-processing tasks, and it would be coming with the implementation. So all I request to just subscribe us, so it would be beneficial for both of us. So in the next iteration we'll discuss about missing value handling. Say whenever you are developing your model and some of your features are what, so whatever data set you have, say for example this is the data set, and here you have four column: id, score, place, preference. So these are the features for you, these are the features for developing a machine learning model. This is a terminology we say. And now if you look score feature, you will find that there are 2 entries out of 10 entries which are blank. I've just taken a snapshot of the model, it's not an entire data set, but if you see that 20%, because 2 out of 10 is 20%, so 20% of your features are null. And it is advisable in all machine learning model development that any of the rows should not blank, we need to fill it. Now the question gets up, how will you fill it? So see, in theoretical ways there are multiple ways to do it. If it is a numerical feature like this, you can replace it with the average of the column, because average is nothing but it's talking the central tendency of the column. So for example, if you take and your average is coming around 132, so simply you can put the value 132 in the cell which is blank, and 132 in this cell. You can also replace with the median of the column. So there are multiple stat technique we can follow, and for this I have already told you that we are going to create a detailed video on like missing value handling. It's not like a small topic that I can cover in 5 minutes. It is very huge topic and there are multiple techniques to do this, and it would be very interesting. So I would be taking this topic separately into depth in different videos. For now the scope is just what is missing values and why it is important to handle missing values. So I think we are good with this. I'm moving towards a different data pre-processing task. It's like categorical variable handling. Guys, you all know that machine learning is all about data. I mean, the computer cannot understand any categorical, any character column. So whenever you see it, so while doing data processing, we convert that textual column, character column into some mapping of numerical column. So for example, this is the data set, and if you see the last data set, so there was a column preference. In the preference column there are two type of values which are categorical in nature. One is like maths and commerce. So basically what we are doing, we are replacing here maths by 1 and commerce by 2. So our data set will finally look like this. In this column it would be numerical. When once it is numerical, we can process it. So it is like a kind of must to have data pre-processing step while developing the model. But we need to make sure that we are using the correct technique for encoding. This is called also encoding. Why? Because we are encoding the values from textual to numerical values. When I say it is needed to be corrected, see, commerce and maths we can't compare. These are not ordinal in nature. One is not bigger than smaller. But currently, like how we did it, we use 1 or 2. So obviously 2 is greater than 1, and while doing machine learning, it can impact the accuracy of the model. So there are multiple techniques to encode this kind of categorical variable. I just took an example to make you understand, but we will again create a different in-depth video on this topic as well. There we will cover different mathematical representation of the categorical variable in creating data sets. So I think we are clear with this. I'm moving towards the next data pre-processing topic: feature scaling and transformation. Friends, if you look this particular data set, so there are IDs, score, new income, place, and preferences. So these are input feature. These four are input feature: ID, score, income, and place. Now if you see the nature, so ID is in numerical form, score is in numerical form, income is in numerical form. Now if you see ID, I don't think so it will make much difference while adding ID in model development, because it's like a sequence only. So but anyways, if you look that it is the magnitude of ID feature variables are at least comparable with the score one. But if you see the income is like it's like ranging from it's ranging from a big like 1 lakh to 25 lakhs. So income is ranging from this range, and this is very greater magnitude in the comparison. If you see, score are majorly between 1 to 100, right? But here it is like 1 lakh to 25 lakhs. Now we'll understand why it is important to scale it or transform it. See, most of the machine learning models are relying on the distance principle. So for example, if you want to understand the similarity between row number 1 and row number 2, so for this what we do, we just take the difference of 134 minus 130 and the whole square of this. So here the whole square of this would be coming as 16, but if you take the difference, so it would be coming around 10 lakh, and the whole square of 10 lakh would be like is a huge number, and we cannot compare. So to avoid that, what we do basically, we transform our feature. So there are multiple transforming technique and scaling technique that we will cover into depth into different lectures. But like one of the very common technique is called normalization. I just put a glimpse of it, where we can transform the complete column between 0 to 1. So any of the column, whether it is score, income, we will compare between 0 to 1. And how we will do that, there is a specific formula uh, that we will discuss into the different lecture of our series. So today the scope is was like discussing only the importance and why it is why we need to do it and how we do it. So I think we are good with feature scaling. Scaling is nothing but just transforming your feature between a particular variable so that the computation is fast and you get good accuracy. So I think we are good with the third pre-processing steps. Now we will move towards the four data pre-processing steps, fourth. So it's like handling outliers in data sets. Say for example, if you are collecting data set from multiple sources and because of any error, any of the column contains a value which is not in range. So here in this example, if you see that score is mostly ranging between 1 to 200, but one of the cell value contains like 10,000 as score. It is not possible. It is a garbage. And if you develop the model with this garbage value, definitely it can impact the model performance. So what we do basically, we just detect the outliers and then replace with the mean, median, mode, like whatever techniques we do in the missing values, the similar technique we can apply. So this is nothing but handling outlier in the data set. This is the fourth pre-processing check that we definitely do while creating the model. We should do. I think we are clear with this pre-processing task as well. Now let us move towards handling imbalanced dataset. So in most of the cases, if we are building a machine learning model, obviously we are consuming data from some place. And if the data is completely biased for a output, so for example, most of the data that we currently have is like belonging to one particular class. So like for example, in this data set, if suppose that we are predicting preferences based on these particular feature like id, score, income, and then place. But if you see the data, so like 90% of the data is nothing but one belonging to the math class, and only one particular instance is talking about comma. So obviously our model become biased and it will not provide us good accuracy because set is imbalanced. So it is very important to balance the data set before we go into actual modeling part. So these are five things, very important things, guys. As a data scientist, we should not ignore this. And I hope that you understand what is data pre-processing, why it is important, what are the different tasks involved in data pre-processing. So I would like to pay thanks to watch this video. In the next video, we will talk about specific task in more details. Thank